Everyone who decided to join to the cardio today. So they do the walk again. So yeah, probably one of the video I explain a bit more about the cardio exercises of different type of and how to do, create your own system for burn some extra calorie and be super lean and super good looking. And yeah, so the video probably not for watching, mostly for listening, let's say, so you can put your hands on and let's get started. So today we'll discuss some really interesting topic, quite deep I would say, and what have a lot of mystery even from a scientist side. So we'll talk about false memory syndrome. Basically the same thing you can find with a various name, but meaning, let's say, more or less the same. And it's what we can explain from psychological way, but we have another one what lately called effect Mandela, would have a less explanation and a lot of, let's say, mystery, magic and stuff what blow our mind. So basically it what was my point for discuss something what take your mind out of frame, make it think differently, something like make a small explosion up there. But anyway, any deep psychological talks is like mostly like a brain massage, let's say, just for making keep thinking, especially in certain way where we usually not think. So basically that kind of tradition have literally everywhere. We can take Sufis in Islam or Buddhism or whatever, Hinduism. So from hundreds or even thousands of years before, not only people who like into philosophy or whatever or a certain school, people just came and discuss really deep and perhaps important things like purpose of life and how certain things work, about our memory, dreams, etc. and etc. So okay, let me check is it works or not. Yeah, I'm still, let's say, if I said not good, probably I said nothing. Sucks in a make live video. Stabilization probably not so good as well. So I try to walk fast. So today I'm gonna done about 1.5 hour of walk. And before I walk up to the hill and was made a sprints, for 100-meter sprints. So basically quite good cardio. Okay, so let's come back to the false memory syndrome, what it's that and how it works. So basically it have various explanation, and still we can keep it on a shelf with a theory, because not all of them proved, and statistic I would say it's not that big. So what it is actually, it's when we remembered something and later on it come up something really different. Let's say we always was pretty sure the door was green, and later on we realized the door always was red, and all people around said, yeah, it was red in your parents' house and so on. Or you might be wrong with how many seats was in a car, what brand of car it was, or maybe name of the city, or who is the leader been there. So you might be pretty sure it was one name, but in reality it was another name. So basically it was called syndrome of false memory. So we memorize a certain thing what never exists, or seems like never exists. And many explanation, interesting. It might happen not only to the single person, it might be came to the group of people, but as I said before, it never done any statistic for big amount of people. So it depends in what environment we grow up, what education we have, our beliefs and so on, we're all thinking in a small, narrow way. And our mind, let's say, just in a small box. And we think by various patterns. As another explanation why it's so easily someone can manipulate our mind. Let's say with an advertisement, all of the media use it very well. Yeah, so if you think you're super smart, I hope so. In reality, I'm sorry to say that we're not really smart as a monkey, let's say. Our cortex quite small still. Yeah, hopefully it develops. Yeah, it also about our beliefs. Some believe it became from God, another from aliens, another from spirits who create us. Or you can believe you became from a monkey, but it doesn't matter. If you take our brainwave and a cortex size, we're not that smart, unfortunately. So basically, on any debate, on any deep philosophical discussion, we're just a little bit clever than a monkey who just try to prove our point of view. And yeah, our way of thinking, it have a long chain from our childhood, what our parents teach us, what books we read, what education we had, and most of information we even never checked on ourselves, so we didn't prove it, and we believe what we read, and after we might even fight to death for prove our rights and so on. And I'm not talking only about religion or the political or philosophical view or whatever. Yeah, unfortunately, we cannot discuss such things on a YouTube, whatever, because yeah, it's free of speech. So I'm supposed to be really quiet about the concerned things. Also, we think with a certain stereotype what we create in our mind or someone created for us. It's same, the books what we read before and the movies we watch, a TV series or anything else. We have a lot of different kind of stereotypes. Another thing what make really easy to manipulate with our mind and our thoughts. So we have in our head like scientists supposed to look like that, and a doctor probably supposed to look like that, and criminal, they look in a certain way, and a prostitute, they look in another way, and so on. And we have a lot of patterns. And certain patterns, sometimes they create a false memory for us. Our brain work in a certain way, he make everything simplified and have certain systematic what is more comfortable for it, for not spend any extra energy. So if you will be a little bit more mindful, you can realize such things are still working. So when you come back home, you always put key on a certain place, you put socks in another place. If you go to the gym or you work or another place, you usually use the same shelves where you put your stuff and so on. So some people like to put the shoes on the left side, and other people put it on the right side. And if you do it opposite, you might have some cognitive dissonance. So basically it what Carlos Castaneda explained in his book, one of the really good practice, what's called control stupidity. So you do everything in the opposite way as before, for be more mindful and be focused on this moment right here, right now. So if you put belt from a left side, you put it from a right side. If you do it with the right hand, cooking, let's say, you do it with the left hand. If I walk forward, so I need to walk backward, and so you do everything like opposite until you can make it like super crazy. So maybe you lay down, come to your home in a really unusual way. For sure you will be really focused on that moment because you've never done it before. And if you want to make your brain works, let's say, so sometimes you like number 23 and you always try to find box with number 23. It's easy to memorize. Break the system, make it differently. So you can use it in anything. Drive with different ways. if you drive motorcycle, try to take sometimes the car or the bicycle or so on, run in different places, and the millions things you can do. So I just try to give you a tip how it works and why we have a false memory sometimes. Basically, it's 1,000 of reasons, and not only one person, like many person can have the same, but it's even more amazing, I would say. So it's our brain try to make everything simple and do everything in the same pattern over and over again, because it's complicated. It no need to spend more energy on it, especially for create new neural connections. It do it in the same way. So if it's something like you have a previous experience and we compare everything with the previous experience and we have a different experience, so if that woman was look like a single mom or a criminal or whatever, so probably it will hit our memory like, yeah, that woman maybe was a criminal or drug addict, or maybe single mom or mom a lot of kids or whatever, and we don't know it actually was in that way or not. If we try to recall the memory, it tells us, yeah, that man was a criminal and that woman was drug addict or whatever. But in reality, it isn't. For instance, and it can be millions example. Or we might watch some movies or read a story, let's say about some country you have no idea anything about. What about Libya in Africa or whatever, yeah? And you might remember some details from a movie, what pure imagination of someone, and you might take it like for the real action when years later some discussions will start about Libya, let's say. Just for instance. And we have a lot of false memory, what we never proved, actually. Another sad story, let's say, why we have that. We have a certain imagination, and sometimes we create certain things and we lie a lot, statistically from 20 till 50 times a day. We're big liars. We want to look better from other side. We want people think better about us and so on. We don't want to talk about our weakness. So we lie a lot. Of course, for have some benefits from it. And again, because of we lie a lot, sometimes we create a false picture. And after, even worse, we believe in that. So maybe 10 years later, when someone asks you about a certain action or memory, probably you will say not wasn't real and what was your mind created or what you want, because really often we see the pictures what we want to see, but not what in real. Famous Osho, who wrote a lot of nice books and make a big sect, let's say, got a lot of money. He made it really commercial. Mostly, he wrote in books something what you want to find. Like, okay, time to relax, no need to do anything, no need to practice. You already got everything, just relax and enjoy your life and so on. So convenient, right? And it works very well. Same like kids or women, anyone actually. All right. Oh, no problem. Oh, okay, yeah, cool, thanks. Yeah, I found really cool, nice place up here. Always try to find really interesting place. I'm surprised people can speak English here. So, poor people, not educated, not true. Yeah, let's say some woman or man, like another man or woman, we will see the things what we like to see. What it's not in real, we can close the eyes on minuses and emphasize the pluses, whatever. And even the man, let's say, said to a woman, I'm not sure about the marriages or having a kid soon. Still, opposite side, will might accept it like yes or almost yes because won't see it, and give a lot of example of it. In other case, probably it more from a criminal statistic. If someone read Lombroso, not only him, have a quite good explanation, but let's take something from another day. Even probably when you saw the news or criminal stories on the TV or whatever, not all real, I would say, because some on the TV they created for looks better and so on, but some is pretty real, and sometimes it's get even like to the comedy. I'll give you an example. Let's say a car crash, for instance, and police came and asked witnesses what's happened and whatever, what car it was, and etc. etc. So first of all, what people will explain, it will be close to reality, but when they ask again and again and again, story might change. I mean, car come from that side, and after people say it from that side, brand of the car might be different, color might be different, and many details might be changed. Another thing, what quite sad, I just try to bring you slowly. If someone said all people is equal, how to say it's not true? Yeah, some people lazy, some not. It not depend from a race or background. Any country you can take, it's the same. Some people work really hard and they easily to get what they want, study hard. They really focus it on the way they're going. And some people just don't want to do anything. You're in a different condition. No one equal. Same about our capacity. Someone really good musician from born. Someone can draw in a really nice design and can do it naturally. Some people can study 10 years and still will be not on the same level. Same like some people on the age of 10 years old, they really good athletes already, and other people need training years until they get to this point when the kid running in 10 years old. And our brain size and capacity quite different as well. So try to give you a good example. So some people, let's say, have a quite small brain, and for them a lot of details and everything like not really matter, and their behavior will be closer like to the animal, I would say. And if they had a dinner with another person, let's say woman who have a size of brain like twice bigger, she will be enjoy talking about the poetry and how the writer was really good about describing the feelings, was really close to the reality, and what's the amazing pattern on the plates, what they eating some really healthy food and sell it, what mixed with the sauces and make really delicious taste and so on. And what will be really no matter for another person who's sitting on another side, probably have no clue what she's talking about and about the food, so it doesn't matter what kind of food it will be and to where it will be put it. It just needs take a spoon or even hands or fork or whatever and just put food to the head for not feel hungry. That's it. So it might be like super dramatical difference. Of course, I make like quite bright example, but it can be various size of the brain and how we use it as well. So difference can be really different, and some people they speak on the same language and have a same background, but they will not understand each other. Look on the same thing and seems like they talk on completely different languages. So from a criminal statistic, the same stuff, same example. We have a car crash and they ask a witness, and people can say like so different things. Sometimes, yeah, it's really like a comedy. One person said the car was big, another person said the car was small. One person said car was green, another one said it's blue. And one woman said car come from a right side, and man said car come from the left side, and so on. Can be so different. So need to ask a lot of people for be more or less, for create the picture what happened in real, because some people who provide the details, they're not really focused, and everything what they might created in that moment, they just tell it, and it doesn't mean it happened in that way. And later on, they will memorize the circumstances exactly in the way they want, not in the way it wasn't real. So actually I can give you like quite a lot of different stories and explanation and different name of the theory, what today we call the syndrome of the false memory, and different way why it might happen, what the doctors explain. But actually I want to talk a little bit about other stuff. Something it called Mandela effect. Why Mandela effect? Because he was died quite recently, but many people was sure he has died in a prison a while ago. And maybe it was like some fake articles, or maybe some movie or whatever, and it's make a lot of mystery about. And of course the really famous video from a Collider who bring even more mystery to it and even more hot discussion about, for people who, let's say, look for alternative history, details, actions, whatever. And probably some people who just nothing to do, and they just make a different articles with their own evidence for the certain things, what sounds incredible and fantastic, I would say. But our mind work from a psychology way. If you will be search for something, you will find a lot of evidence, even if the two things will be contradicted. So one day you can focus on a plan A, the next day on a plan B, and you look for the evidence. For both of it, you will find a lot of evidence. And if it's might be completely different, so it doesn't matter. So thinking mind will be always think about something, and looking mind will be always look for something. It depends on what you will focus on, and it doesn't mean it happened in a certain way. But I don't know. I like different strange kind of mind food, super incredible series and so on, what people posted online. And yeah, we cannot prove it or deny it. It's theory. So we still can keep it on a shelf, what we can call perhaps. Why not? But the idea was just to make explosion in your brain. So far so good. In this case, I'll suggest you to watch some videos, quite a lot. I even don't want any other one with my own research. I done my own research. It seems like something really, really strange happened. And I'm not only one. I read what people said on the different forums. About the action and the false memory. What we got, Mandela effect or whatever. It's actually a lot of different names you can find, but time to time it's change. And not only I had something what I was pretty sure it was happen in that way. Yeah, like in Hinduism said, so only power we have is our memory. Same in Buddhism. So what power you have if you cannot remember your past reincarnation? So first of all, try to remember all of your dreams, all your past reincarnations, and you'll be closer to know who you are. So memory is a great power, but this memory can play big tricks with us, because it's really difficult to prove it wasn't real or not. Let's say I give you a big example. Star Wars movies, I was 100% sure about the certain lines because I watch it a lot of times, and now different. Same some cartoons and films and movies from my country when I watch a kid, probably not even 10 times, maybe more, because they show it all the time. and some characters, some actions change for now. So it means I have some false memory as well. It's quite interesting. I was really surprised. And when I search a bit more online, so yeah, as I work on it, I know, so have, let's say, some cartoon or movies, they have a few varieties, and sometimes they not fit the time, and they cut it, and maybe it will be better, or maybe something conserved, and they leave it like that. So you might be seeing original version, but now it's only cutted version left. But when the line change, it's totally different. You need to change all of the movie. And same about some old songs. So in internet you can find the original songs and same information, the words for the songs, and it's different. So we have quite a lot of questions why it's happened. Still no strict explanation, but I love some people. Yeah, basically generally I love the people, especially who not lazy to create article for 10 pages with discussion and make some silly proofs about that's really tickling our brain. So some people said long time we're already living in a matrix, in a computer program, and program fails. That's why you can see some animals without head who live in, or when people hunt on fish or rabbit and after cut it off and it was no heart, for example, it was like how it can be possible to live, and so on. And as we live in a computer program, it might be a lot of mistakes. It can be happen everything. Flying people go through the wall, but I already not talking about ghost, or like people saw 2 moons or 2 suns. Yeah, just type it. You can find a lot of videos, clouds and different shapes. But maybe it's some technology can do it. Who knows? So anything we ask, we have more questions than we have. And still, if it's a computer reality, what we discussed a little bit earlier, who creates the computer reality? Humans? For, I don't know, just for use like a battery, or other humans, or maybe not humans, another race, who knows, some other creatures. Also I wrote some really small book, a science fiction book. It's like after Second World War, world is collapsed, it was atomic war, and almost everything was destroyed and humanity almost died, and everyone go to the basement and stay in a basement, and it was impossible for keep so big amount of people, feed them and so on. So they decided just put them in a special boxes and put to virtual reality, so they can live on a really small amount of food and power and keep alive, and everyone just connect to the huge soft what creates the reality, and it's fine. Yeah, power of quantum computers now can make incredible things. Still, we don't know if it's true or not, but if it's true, yeah, they create a whole new world. They have enough power, so why not? If some other creatures need us, they can do too. Another really interesting theory, they said like, okay, where is what? So let's jump to Hinduism. Yeah, I like Hinduism, and probably it where a lot of cool theories come from scientists who read in the 70s and 60s. So probably it where come string theory, quantum physics, and so on. So we came here like a souls, get certain experience, and we develop our souls, and we get to the more developed creatures, let's say like some level hierarchy of God, middle, higher, and gods. What it describes, they're basically just the creatures who have like a little bit more power, and they're more developed, and some of them, they even can create a different realities. They can create even worlds, whole universe, and so on. And basically we might become the same. We can create the worlds and different realities if we get to that level closest to the God. Yeah, maybe we're supposed to be a God, who knows. And we was kept because some creatures need our souls, use like energy. Some said they can live as long as they want until they use the energy. Some said they just use the souls for make of kind of hybrids to themselves, for change themselves and developed even higher, and so on. So they easily can create different realities by their mind. So certain, let's say, race of, you can call it whatever. Now a lot of different interesting information like insectoids or reptilians, Draco, whatever. Of course, we cannot say it for sure they exist or not, what they can do, whatever. We just say it perhaps, why not? So they can create any reality and they catch us here and we just reborn in a fake reality again and again. And basically it's no much chance to escape of it because we really believe in this reality. Until we believe it real, it's not much options left for us. All right. So everything about reality and fake reality. So if we jump into the mythology, they have really similar things, but they said what some of the spirits, they know to create the world. They create the dreams and they catch us in the dreams. But it doesn't make any changes as a program, computer program we're living in. It's some mind create a whole reality where we like imprisoned, or maybe we got some certain lessons supposed to catch here for be even more developed. Because reality we see around is really cruel, quite dangerous, really unfair, based on violence. And maybe if you against everything not moving towards you, can grow your soul, be not commercial, gain your kindness, generosity, virtue, and be like a super creature, and you not really care about all of this kind of pressure on yourself from everywhere around. You not believe to all of the bullshit and lie what we have on daily basis from everywhere. Radio, TV, online, big boards, whatever. Maybe this is a purpose, who knows? So yeah, not big difference. Computer reality, reality created by mind, or just we capture in someone's dream, in dream of Brahman. Will be really interesting to figure out what it was. And all of these fakes, what we can see, like a false memory, when we was pretty sure it was certain action, but in real it not, and not only one person. Same about a certain songs, concert, famous books, proverbs, even proverbs, tales, what else, movies, like especially Back to the Future, what was bestseller, Star Wars and so on, whereas have a lot of fans. I wouldn't say even not 1,000, maybe million of fans, and they said like, damn, what just happened? Why it was changed? So it's really quite strange. Of course we cannot use it as evidence, but it brings us to ask more and more questions. So what's really going on? Another version for you, basically it's a lot of versions and you can pick up any you like. So another version, after Second World War, it was a lot of, let's say, different laboratories where created different machines, like time machines, and machines would change the reality, let's say the make matter and so on, kind of electronic alchemy or whatever. And it's really cool stuff from people, from time jumpers. Some people, they even have blogs and explain how it was in the past and the future. I don't know, maybe just people want to bring some attention. But what interesting, it not seems like commercial. So when everywhere, when people not try to get some money, it always, so what's that about then? Okay, so time jumpers, they can jump forward and backward in time and have a huge organization, how they said, who help them. They have a certain missions for make certain changes, what is necessary. And they have like in a different time, different addresses and boxes where they can take everything they need and so on. Because if you go 20 years back or forward, you cannot use the same currency or so on, same documents, and it will be quite complicated for be around and not attract any attention, let's say. And some people said, well, the project was stopped because we make so many damages in the time what we not supposed to, and some other creatures that try to make it back for not make it worse. I mean, for not to break all of the reality, or we can destroy it by ourselves. Yeah, it will be quite interesting finale. So now the project is stopped, but all of the changes, a lot of changes was made. So let's say someone go in the past, make some changes and affect everything to now. And it was made like hundreds times. It was like thousands and millions of change, what we can see right now. Yeah, for sure. If you make any changes 10 years back, we can imagine it. So yeah, it's pretty logical. Some kids didn't born, some couple never met, something will never invent certain gadgets or whatever, and it's affect everything. So that's why in nowadays we have so different kind of effects of false memory or effect Mandela, or whatever you can call it as you like more. And not only time jumps, also let's say how Vadim Zeland said, it have a space of different variety. So we have this world and we have millions of parallel worlds. We have you are and maybe I am as well. Some don't have. And in some closer parallel reality, we have a similar life. Maybe have a different girlfriend or boyfriend or live in a different city, but everything pretty similar. And as further we go, so personality might be different, and all of the changes might be different, and all of the world might be different. And sometimes, with some reason, we jump from one reality to another. It's still a series of parallel reality. And that's why we can come back to the home and we see it's another lock, or door is another color, and we're just shocked. Yeah, basically, in the psychology, we have some syndromes when people said they was pretty sure they have a white cat, but now they have a black cat, and they have no idea what just have happened, and so on. So it's pretty cool theory on what was even some films made and some science fiction books, and not even books, some articles, what people said, and they tried to prove it, still based on Hinduism, from Vedic knowledge, and so on. So yeah, we scooped quite a lot from there. And another thing, the same, like an atom collider. So such huge construction, like pyramids, churches. Before it was a certain stations, it might be electric stations, and now it's just a cargo cult. So yeah, if you don't know what's a cargo cult, probably I need to make another video. You can search online. It's something else what might blow your mind. So we just repeated from the past and we have no idea what it was. For instance, let's say some aliens or creatures with really high technology came to the Earth 30,000 years ago. And they have headphones, they have a microphone up here, whatever, many other gadgets. And people have no clue what it was for, but they want to be like gods, especially if they have some power, let's say like leaders in a certain tribe or city, whatever. They want to become like gods. Okay, so they put earrings, like headphones, they put a nickelback instead of mic or whatever, but they don't know what's the real meaning. Same, they put a crown, but maybe the crown, it was like a device for transfer the souls, for communicate or whatever. So same, maybe they have a watch, and after they put a bracelets instead of watch, because they don't know what real purposes is, but they want to be like. So maybe all of the churches, the pyramids, and many other constructions what we have now might have completely different purposes. Who knows? And some of them was built quite a long time ago, don't know by who, and don't know what for. But still, everything can happen. It's just a theory. So, what I try to say, a lot of mysterious construction we have in the world, and maybe now like the Atom Collider, then can like control the time, maybe control the meta, maybe can change the reality somehow, and all of these changes make a lot of effects and make a kind of syndrome of the false memory. We memorize the things how it was before in real, but now we change because all of this effect they done. So it's just a food for the mind, what's really cool. And for real, we don't know anything, but if you will be interested in quite more, you can find each topic, in each single topic, and you'll find a lot of information about Live Journal, the full of it is really cool. Why I like a Live Journal? Because they not concerned, everything you can write, it will be just straight there. Any super crazy theory, or if you want to discuss things about religion or politics or whatever, feel free. There are really a lot of stuff and really cool articles and a lot of videos now. So on any topic you can find quite a lot, and just amazing. I'm really love when people bring quite a lot of evidence, of course, what you cannot prove, but it's quite interesting. So basically, if we have a free time, why we not supposed to read some interesting books, not only novel or science fiction? We can educate ourselves. It will be cool for work less and put more time on the training and education, like Stalin was planned. So people supposed to work like 3-4 hours a day, and another 3-4 hours spending on training and self-education. It would be quite cool. But in my opinion, anything what make your connection works faster when you find some information like that, like, oh damn, like your brain start working finally. Maybe first time in your life, who knows? So I like all of that stuff to find what make a cognitive dissonance inside my mind, like, oh, where it was before, and so on. Yeah, so quite happy to share with you a lot of interesting stuff. Yeah, by the way, if we're just doing some cardio exercises right now, why not? You put your hands off, put some audiobooks or my silly talks or whatever, just working hard, burn your extra calories and fat, and months later, I'll see you super fit. Yeah, so basically the theories I mentioned before, it not stopped. So same if we talk about the devices, let's say some aliens, other creatures who live in another world, higher or lower, whatever, they can change our reality too. And they do it with a certain purposes. So if we take the aliens with a super high technology, they change the reality with a certain purpose, and it affects our reality. That's why we have different memories. And not only single person, like a lot of person may have a similar syndrome, but the government usually just close eye on it. Probably with their own reasons as well. Or maybe they don't want to talk about something, who knows. It's same like you can find a lot of videos about UFO, a lot of fake for sure, but some, maybe not, who knows. On my beliefs, it can't be like so many fake videos, and what's the purpose to all of the people put the fake videos? So some of them should be true. Like the man saw the UFO, make a video, whatever, but everyone said it's just a hallucination. Then group of people saw the UFO, said to the newspaper, and the government said, oh, it's a group hallucination. Then in Mexico, on a celebration, 1,000 of people saw like a lot of UFO, a lot of the around UFO, and same a lot of video with a super bad quality, but still. And the government said, oh yeah, it's big group of hallucination. That's it, simple explanation. So basically on any action, on any proof of any video, on any article, you can give any explanation you want. It can be silly, or it can be quite smart if they'll pay something to the scientist, as they'll need to spend some time for make really good explanation about the certain things. That's it. What about beliefs? It's have in the shamanic world, in Hinduism, even in some part of Buddhism or even Tao. Some what we call like a hell or lower worlds with creatures on a lower circle of development, and we like somewhere on the middle. So basically it's just a starting point to develop ourselves to really high divine creatures. So probably not everyone have a good start right now. And higher world, where more powerful creatures live, and for them we like grass or maybe ants. So we really primitive, really have a small mind, live in a three-dimensional world, what for them just even fake. So some of the creatures from lower or higher world, maybe not in the purpose, but they give a sign, give some kind of changes what affect our reality. And it's another explanation why we have all of us different memories about the certain things what happened before, and now it's not real. Because something happened with higher worlds and we all connected, all lower worlds. Maybe the creatures from another dimension try to possess this world or connect it tighter or whatever, make another influence. So here might be suitable the stories when people saw the angels, gods, or maybe the stories when demons can come to our world when we do some rituals, like spiritual rituals or whatever. And yeah, many mystics say it's quite dangerous. So if you read famous Yelena Blavatsky, it explained quite a lot. And not only her, but I think, in my opinion, she was one of the best in that scene. Still, many people said she was a fraud and so on, but she done so many mystery. So question is still open on. But still, if you have a little bit of time, you can read it. I would say it's not really easy books for read. Same like if you decide to read Sri Ramana Maharshi, it's really difficult. Like Lao Tzu or Confucius or some of the Greek philosophers. Some of this really easy, especially everything what connect to our daily base life. Same the problem, same routine. Nothing changed much actually by last thousands of years, but some people they go really deep, so quite difficult to understand. And probably same thing, you need to read a few times at least, and after each page you sit and think at least 5 minutes for digest all of the information. Okay, so actually I don't want to be too long. I just pick some from topic, put it on the top, like most famous theories. Of course, it's way more. You can find quite a lot if you're really interested in. You can check yourself. Do you have any false memories, any effects, like very famous, some of the brands and logos and signs and colors. Some people even said when they check on a map, the map was different, like shape of the map was different, and so on. So yeah, if you have some, just write a comment. If you found some really cool videos, can share it as well. We'll be glad to see it. Or some really cool articles. Still, I think the Life Journal is the best. I read so much stuff up there, and some people really cool. So I'm really glad some people's brain work like 200% more than it's supposed to make a super crazy theory. Maybe that's why I like it. So yeah, any cool article, book, you will find it on particular this topic, you can share it, because like every time we discuss a little bit different things, next time we'll talk about something else. So still you can comment what, I don't know, what you're interested for. I mean something really deep, something what going out of mind. So it will be quite interesting. Something impossible to prove or denied, whatever. And yeah, I don't know about the quality of a picture or video. Just write something same as usual, VS plus minus content in general. If you're lazy to write anything, foresee some feedback, at least any feedback, whatever. So I just think what we can talk next, because we have like, if not millions, probably thousands of really interesting topics, and we even can make a small connection between them. Let's say like religion, maybe we can discuss about the god, or shamanism, what's quite interesting as well, Hinduism or whatever. And to each topic we can link it, we can find a connection, see how it works. Yeah, very interesting. Now people discuss even about the shape of the earth, like it's different shape. Some said flat and oval, round. Some said it have no shape because all reality is fake, can be any shape. And it's interesting. And some people, they make a calculation about highest and lowest point and make a 3D model. So basically it look like kind of stone. So maybe it looked like that in real. From people I know personally, and no one go up there and check. Unfortunately, I don't have such ability as well, but I'm pretty sure like soon we will have so cool technology, maybe everyone can go to the other space, meet friends on another planet, or maybe just open a portal and go to another dimension to learn something about culture of other creatures. Let's say 6-dimensional world was totally different to us, and so on. But now people what can go just to go to Astro, how they said it, dream world, and still make a lot of crazy stories about. Yeah, I made already one video about the dreams, so it's quite cool. Also, we can talk about electricity, or maybe Nikola Tesla, or whatever. Some, even not article, basically it's like manuals for the soldiers and special troops, what made by some generals, about the extreme situation and everything, how to survive in the forest, in the cities, how to behave, and like analyze the people action and so on. It's really interesting. So it might be some of the video I will keep in mind, because I'm pretty sure we live in a high level of comfort. even not high level, but if you have a shed, have a comfortable bed, food in your fridge, whatever, it's quite high already. And if we take everything off, oh, it will be totally different. I'll try to survive in the desert or in a weather where it's minus 60 Celsius degree, or in the forest, in the jungles, in the caves, somewhere on the middle of the ocean. And yeah, some people been there and they survive, fortunately. So basically just to prove so everything possible. So it just thoughts out loud what we else can discuss and talk about. All right, sounds so cool. Probably I need to be a bit hurry up. It seems like will be rain soon. And last time I wasn't able to record any videos. I took a waterproof bag, so I just done cardio under the rain, and then I go to the gym the next day, supposed to run, and rain again, so I just run under the rain. Probably people thought I'm totally crazy. So if you can run under the snow, well, you can run under the rain. It's not a storm, so whatever. So for me, like, not really convenient look for excuses. I made a plan. Okay, just stick to the plan. You plan go to the gym, go to the gym. Closed, okay, do something else. Plan to run, go to run. If it's rain, okay, doesn't matter. It's just the rain. And we're not made from sugar. Maybe someone, who knows, but. All right, so yeah, don't forget to leave the feedbacks, and for sure we'll discuss much more. And yeah, I'll do another video just only about cardio. So on each time we can focus it on a certain things. And as I do like 2-3 times cardio per week, so I'll make some fancy video at least 2-3 times per week, let's say. But if you will desire to get some more, why not? Let's see. Or maybe we can change the format. So basically I make it like in a more test version, let's say. So we'll see how it looks like. I tested myself as well. I'm not so cool in a public speech, and I didn't prefer any paper. Just took information from my mind, what's not so professional, I would say, but still. I just try this format and see how it is. Just thinking out loud, nothing more. And yeah, once I done the cardio, I just walk in and do it like meditation, just go inside myself, focus it on the inside, works how it feel like. Basically you save a lot of energy. In this case, you came back from 1 hour run or a couple hour walk and you feel fine. And I heard from a couple of guys, the fitness models, they said, okay, we go to walk or run. If run, of course, you cannot talk much, but say when they walk and we just keep the conversation. Quite interesting conversation, so they spend more energy on it. Certainly, yeah, you make your brain work, you spend more calories, yeah, but is it affect you lose more fat? I don't know. So we can taste it. I don't have much, but anyway, probably can see the difference in a month's time. So it's still working. Damn, stabilization is so bad. My apology. I didn't thought to make such bad video. It's more like a radio, let's say. Yeah, and really cool. I see somewhere rain already start and it's no people around, and now it's look like evening time already. So probably I'll take shower outside. So, okay, can save the resources, not so bad as well. And yeah, some other videos done about exercises, pumps, stretching, meditation. So you can give me a tip what you're interested in more, because usually, yeah, I met some people that said, okay, just can you share your, okay, going back. Can you share like more experience about this one and that one and these things? But to be honest, I'm not expert in anything, just something what I'm training and got my own experience and get the tips. But I think it will be much better. I'll meet some guys like who cool in dietary or like in bodybuilding for years, who fitness models last 10 years in yoga or whatever, and just make a simple talk, just basic conversation and most interesting questions to the expert. So on my opinion, it will be much more reasonable, and then I can compare it to my own experience. You can compare it to your own experience and say, okay, I try these things, or okay, let's try this system, that diet, this exercises, see how it works, because I'm in a medical condition and I have 6 kids, so it's not really suitable for me, or whatever, my heart is too weak, so I just need to make a stronger heart, and so can be a million reasons and 2 million solutions on it. So in my opinion, it will be just a bit better. And in other case, what I can suggest you, if you're really interested in something, can be literally anything. Find a few books and you will be expert. So I already told before, like I met some people who seems really knowledgeable, and they just read like a few small books. Can be about yoga or dietary or whatever. So if you're really interested about nutrition, you don't need to be like a professor. You can find a really few books, different books, because it might be a little bit different opinions from different writers and a little bit different information, what you can compare. And you can read the books and your level of knowledge will be increased so much higher. And you will became an expert to yourself. And if you still didn't found something you're looking for, yeah, you can still prolong the search. But I'm pretty sure when you will do it by yourself, when you will try to find information by yourself, you'll compare by yourself, you will memorize it much better, and it will be much better for use it, and will be way more useful for sure. Okay, I think for now it will be quite enough of my silly speech. Don't want to make you tired, and hopefully we'll see you on the next training, let's say tomorrow. So everyone, goodbye and be healthy.